Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 7 of our Minnesota Twins rebuild here on Out of the Park Baseball 27. Where last we left off, which in real time for me was like 3 hours ago, we had just concluded the trade deadline. We made two moves at the deadline itself, one move a couple weeks prior in July. And we now find ourselves inexplicably atop the AL Central. Technically, we're tied with the Royals. However, we're about to play a game against them. So whoever wins this game one is going to be able to claim ownership of the AL Central. We are also atop the wild card race. Hilariously, uh, four of the top five wild card teams right now are in the AL Central. So I don't know what's happening in the other divisions. We looked at the standings a couple episodes ago. Essentially, what has happened is the AL Central, or excuse me, the AL East has fallen off a cliff. Blue Jays are 6 games under 500. Orioles are barely better. Rays are just trying to climb back into the hunt. AL West, the Mariners, Astros are a few games above 500. It's not a great time to be in the American League. The National League is having a much better time of things overall. But hey, we'll take it. And in the most competitive race I have ever seen for the AL Central, where four of the top five are 1 game separation. Wild. And then the White Sox are 44 and 68, but can't have everything. In case you missed last episode, I highly recommend you go watch it. Some really good games in there and the trade deadline. I will recap the big moves that we made last month. First thing, this was earlier on, we traded Josh Bell. He was our designated hitter for essentially like a month and a half, and then he promptly got hurt. And then we traded him essentially right when he came back off the IL. Sent him to the Yankees, and so far he's had pretty good success. 3 home runs, walked 8 times inexplicably, and is looking to help them out. He's already been worth more WAR in 17 games for the Yankees than he was for me. So thanks, Josh. Appreciate it. We acquired two prospects, or excuse me, one prospect in that trade, Francisco Velorio, who is a very good defensive outfielder. It looks like the bat, he has some power in it. Contact will need some work. He's going to strike out a ton. Interestingly enough, though, 19 years old, very low current ability, doing pretty well in high A. 1,000 OPS, 3 home runs already. We'll take that. Definitely one to keep an eye on. I also had to throw in a pitching prospect, Jonathan Stevens, who the AI placed in AAA for the Yankees, and he's doing okay. So the two big moves we made at the deadline. Let's get the obvious one out of the way. We traded Ryan Jeffers. He struggled the whole season, getting paid almost $7 million. He wanted 5 years and $70 million in an extension. We're obviously not doing that. So we sent him off to the Marlins, where they get to decide whether he's their catcher of the future. In exchange, we got two prospects. First, Davison De Los Santos, which, if you've played enough out of the park baseball, De Los Santos usually turns into the Marlins starting first baseman. It looks like this version of the game isn't as high on him, especially his contact. His gap power is low, which I suppose. But we're going to see if he has some power in his bat. The AI had him in Double A for a bit. Don't know why. He's going to be in Triple A with us, and already with the good boys, he has an OPS of 1,700. That'll do just nicely. And we also acquired Fenwick Trimble, who likely will be a career AAA, maybe a handful of opportunities with the big club for us. Good defensively, good speed, Right now, he has the most average bat in the history of the world. He could develop into something. I have him in double A simply because we have so many outfielders in triple A. And I want Trimble, if I can go down to double A here, I want him to try to get reps in center field to see if he can do it because we don't have a lot of guys that can play in center field right now. And so with our double A team, he will be able to do that. And then the trade we made literally at the 11th hour. I think I had one more 4 minute simulation of the trade deadline before it ended. Is we traded Austin Martin to the Phillies, which I don't love that in a vacuum because I think Austin Martin is a good baseball player. For anyone who watched my Colorado Rockies rebuild, he got a World Series ring with me. However, unfortunately, we learned he's just not great defensively. Um, Looks like the Phillies have put him in left field. That's where we put him, especially last couple months. He did really well in left field. Does have a negative arm though, and unfortunately, just found himself in a log jam in the outfield. So we sent him off to the Phillies. And in 3 games, he has 5 hits, RBI, handful of walks. So hopefully he'll do well for Dombrowski's operation over there. Is Dombrowski still there? I should know this. In exchange, though, we got Orion Keckering. So by default, I think we won the trade. Originally, in the trade discussion for Keckering, we offered Trevor Larnach. So being able to give up Austin Martin when Trevor Larnach was on the table, I think is a win. Keckering, he's going to be one of our middle relievers for the rest of the year. And then I think going forward, we're going to transition him to a closer role and see if he can do well for us on that front. I think he can. The control, of course, is a slight issue, but it has potential to be 60. We'll take that and like it. Very much so. Very, very much so. So, yeah, I think the goal is just middle relief. Unfortunately, we have bullpen in baseball. So we did have to send someone down and about that. So essentially, due to us getting Keckering, we made the decision not to trade Taylor Rogers, mainly because, and I can't stress this enough, no one wanted it. Like I offered Taylor Rogers out for prospects, for veterans, regular starters, no one. So he's going to be our closer. Right now, in terms of extending him, I think if we do extend Taylor Rogers, it won't be for the closer role, which he does want. But I can get him on the cheap. And for a player of Taylor Rogers' caliber, like 1.5 million setup man, like I could do a lot worse. So I am debating extending him. We'll see. It will be his age 36 season. Who knows? But the corresponding move that I made was to send down Cody Funderburk, who in real life, there's a chance he wins the closer role for the Twins. In my version of events, I just made him a middle reliever. He did pretty well, but 1.5 whip, 328 BABIP, strikeouts were way down. Sent him down to AAA, where he'll probably play for a month. Because when September comes around, I am going to move to a 9-man bullpen when the rosters expand. So, corresponding move there. And then with Austin Martin getting traded, I needed a new backup outfielder. Gabriel Gonzalez who I believe, I want to say is our 12th ranked prospect. Nope. 14th. I was close. 14th top prospect. There's no power in his bat. Let's get that out of the way right now. But I think he's a guy that got on base a lot in AAA. Defensively, we'll see. The AI played him at right. He did not do well. 2 errors, -3 zone rating, -1.6 arm. I think with us, we're going to try him in left, maybe try right field, but I am a little nervous at the fact that my list of outfielders I can count on defensively is essentially Walker Jenkins and Byron Buxton. That's the end of the list there. So we have that going for us. But without further ado, let us get into this game against the Royals. It is going to be Connor Prelip's last start before we send him down to AAA once Bailey Ober returns. So let us get things going. Going with the classic starting lineup, Vic Caratini is our starting catcher down the stretch now that Jeffers is gone. This is essentially a 2-month tryout for him for whether he can be our starting catcher next season. Matt Wallner is aboard for Trevor Larnach as we play in the mists, as I like to call them. The ball bounced on the warning track and hit the fence. If it's hard to see, I got nothing. What this game needs is a version of what some NHL broadcasts have, where they will have the puck like glow, like a faint blue. Can I have that for when it gets this misty? I want to see a blue sphere flying through the air. All right, clean inning for Prelip. Not in the second, though. Bobby Witt and Salvi Perez both aboard. Tommy Pham strikes out, but no dice there. Jesse Winker rudely scoring Bobby Witt. I believe in real life, Tommy Pham signed like hours ago. Fact that I can't recall who signed him is irrelevant. The Mets. I spent way too much time looking that up. Meanwhile, Isbell flies out to left to end the inning, so they only get one. Runners on second and third, no outs. You only get 1 run. I think I'll take that any day of the week. Once again, Wallner on second. Larnach is up. And I think Larnach is going to be our DH going forward. There might be spot starts where we have Gio Urshela DH and then Culpepper to second. Brooks Lee to second, Culpepper to short. But like I can't watch Larnach in left field anymore. I can't do it. But we do take the lead 2-1. Clean inning from Prelip. Man, the bottom of my order is giving me nothing. All right, Salvi grounds out. How many games is the AI given Salvi this year? And 90, and we've played, I think, like just over 100. So they're giving him the lion's share of opportunities. RBI ground out for Tommy Pham. And opening day is today. I refuse to acknowledge the abomination that was Netflix's opening night last night. I think the game itself was also kind of boring, which doesn't help. But my God, the amount of player interviews, manager interviews, like the broadcast not being back in time. Like I expect that at college baseball. And as someone who watches college baseball for work, like you get that a lot. Oh no. The Royals are falling apart. Errors left and right. So opening day is today. My Tigers first pitch, I believe, is at 4:10 against the Padres. think that should be a nice series win. And finally, a game on the West Coast that doesn't start at 10 Eastern. Thank you, schedulers, as Urshela grounds out to end the inning. All right, I'm going to get Merriweather warming in case Prelip gets shelled immediately. Well, you know what? He did, in fact, get shelled immediately. Sadness, despair, unimaginable woe. I'll let him face Jack Caglione, though. I think he can get him. I've officially learned my lesson. Oh, boy. You know what? Definition of insanity. There we go. All right, at least he gets Bobby Witt out. So that'll be it for him. Merriweather will come in to face Perez. See what he's got going. And he walked him. Oh, boy. And Merriweather is someone we'll need to keep an eye on down the stretch. He was scorching hot. Like literally the best reliever in baseball for the first month and a half after we called him up. But he has got popped a little bit as of late. And yes, I know. I'm saying that while his ERA is a 1.8. That's how good he was before he's given up like 3 runs in the past 2 outings. Really? I feel like I'd given just, you're killing me. They gave that to Gio Urshela on the throw. Oh, boy. Well, that's going to be it for Merriweather. We're just going to get Mason Montgomery. I'm hitting the half inning button and hoping for the best. Ooh, both runners scored. We are now down, and our offense has gone insanely quiet. I'm going to get Justin Tapa warming up in case we tie it up here. Let me look at splits really quick. Yeah, Jenkins is pretty good against lefties. I'll leave him in. All right, Walker. I believe in you. And check swing. Down he goes. Carantini hits it up to right. Down at the track. All right. Tying run is on second. And Brooks Lee will definitely face. Or no, it's Urshela. Ooh. Do I want Urshela to face the lefty? Yes, I do. That is a 412 on base and a 515 slug. He hits it down the left field line. Thank you, sir. May I have another? That should score Carantini. Very good. Very good. Tie ball game. Yeah, I think regardless of if it's tied or if we take the lead, I want Tapa for the 9th. Swing and a miss from Brooks Lee. Not his day at all. Buxton flies out to left. All right, we tie the game. Justin Tapa coming in to face the bottom of the Royals order. And he works it clean. Very good. He did need 19 pitches, so that is his day done. Byron Buxton on second, just who we want. They walk him. I mean, I get why you walk him because you want the force out, but Matt Wallner has 3 hits today. Do you really want him on? Evidently, yes, as he lines out to right. But it does advance Buxton. How good is Salvi's arm? A 60? I don't think I want to run. Oh, that Larnach strikeout was rough. Man, my infield collectively is just not great against lefties. It's Gio Urshela and Brooks Lee. No one else can hit him. All right, Royce, I believe in you. He hits it into left. That's down. Buxton should score. Luke Keeschel headed for home. Never mind, he held up at third. The camera flip there burned me, but it's fine. They're going Carlos Estevez, who walks Walker Jenkins. Carantini is up, bases loaded, and he pops him up. I can't stress enough how he emailed me demanding to be a starter and then left like 8 men on the very next game. All right, Justin Tapa. Good luck, buddy. Or excuse me, Cole Sands. All right. Ground out is fine, but we need to strike out Caglione then. And he walked him. Double play gets us out of the inning. But we're not going to get it. Bobby Witt hits it to the wall. That's going to score the ghost runner. It does not, however, score Caglione. So Salvador Perez with a chance to walk us off. He hits it up to left. Is it going to be deep enough? No, it won't. Oh, boy. Tommy Pham, chance to play the hero. Struck out looking. We're going to 11. All right. Yeah, we're going to get Ryan Burr for the 11th. I'm going to pinch a run here. We're going to get. Actually, no. I'm going to let Gio Urshela hit first. All right, he grounded out. All right, now I am going to pinch run Culpepper in Carantini's place because then I can have Culpepper come in for Urshela defensively. Brooks Lee pops it up to center. Culpepper goes home. The throw cut off. Very boring. So Culpepper is in. And they hit Buxton. That's just rude. I'm going to try to steal. All right. Buxton gets the steal on Salvi. Luke Keeschel hits it into center. Caught by Isbell. All right. So Culpepper is going to short. Brooks Lee is going to second. And then David Banuelos is going in to catch Ryan Burr to pitch. All right. Here we go. If Tommy Pham scores from second, we play on. They just tried to bunt. Have some self-respect. Strike him out. Dang it, Burr. Hit into center. Pham will hold up. We need a strikeout, and then we need a double play. Here's Carter Jensen. Hits it to the pitcher. They get the runner at second. That is perfectly fine because the end result is the same as if it'd be a strikeout. Isbell hits it up to center. Pham goes. The throw is cut off. Oh, boy. This is the first game of the series, too. My poor bullpen. All right. Garcia grounds out. I think I'm going to start with Burr in the 12th, so I'm not going to warm anyone up yet. Luke Keeschel, the ghost runner here. Wallner is walked. Trevor Larnach pops it up. Man. I mean, I can't really be mad at the hitters because, like, our pitching staff allowed 7 runs, but man. Oh, boy. Royce Lewis grounds out. Walker Jenkins needs to be the hero. And he walked him. All right, Kalen Culpepper on as a defensive sub, forced to hit, grounds it softly to first, and down he goes. All right, I'm going to leave Burr in for the sake of my bullpen. I'll get Orion Keckering ready, though. But I imagine this is going to be over. Never mind. Oh, he's safe. Oh, I thought Burr pulled off a spectacular play. And Caglione hits it deep to right. That's going to be enough to score Garcia. That is your game. Man, that sucks to lose. Our 4-5 hitters left a combined 10 men on. Yeah. I mean, Gio Urshela's error killed us because that's 2 runs the Royals shouldn't have had. Only 3 of the Royals' 8 runs were actually earned. That's rough. 10-game shutdown streak by Ryan Burr comes to a close. Yeah, that hurts. All right, Bailey Ober is back. So Connor Prelip is going to return to AAA. He's had a very up and down season. I tried him as a reliever initially. That went terribly. Starter didn't go much better. So we'll have to figure out his role in time. But Bailey Ober is back. I don't think I want him pitching against the Royals. Seems like the correct decision. All right. Game 2. We need to salvage the series. We're also no longer atop the AL Central, so the stream title was a lie. All right, Gio Urshela is going to DH, going to bat 4th. Culpepper is going to take short. Brooksley goes 2nd. What happened to Simeon Woods Richardson? Oh, funny you should ask. So he's a member of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Here's essentially what happened. And I guess it would be 8 starts go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So unfortunately, he got shelled by the Cardinals. And I got to a point where I looked at his splits that I just didn't think, even if he hit his potential, he would be a good option for us. So I traded him to the Pirates in exchange for 2 players. One was Cy Nelson, a relief prospect that it looks like the AI is thrown into like all different levels. He really should be in AAA. Thank you. He has really good stuff. The control, obviously, hideous, but really good stuff. Even if he's a career AAA guy, not the end of the world. And then Mason Montgomery was the bigger get to help out our bullpen. So far, 24 innings, 2.20 ERA, sub-1 WHIP, done pretty well. The 1.8 homers is a little rough, but a 127 BABIP, come on. So yeah, we traded Simeon Woods Richardson. It also immediately backfired because I think this was 2 episodes ago that we had 4 starting pitchers on the IL at the same time. So that was my just desserts. The fact that I have to redo this every time is upsetting. All right, Brooksley goes to 2nd. He'll bat 8th. But good question, though. Culpepper goes to short. Let's rock. Zebby Matthews for us. Noah Cameron for the now division-leading Royals. Nothing in the first. Uh-oh. Solo shot from Jesse Winker. He really is the Twins killer. I don't know why. Buxton into left. Run. Nah, probably good call, Brooksley. Probably good call. Keishel grounds out. There goes that. All right. Bottom of the 3rd. Nothing offensively for us. Uh-oh. Bobby Witt aboard. Salvi Perez, don't kill me. Man, Royce has been good at third this season. How many errors is that for him? Fifth. Okay, maybe not as good as I thought. Man. Thank you, Culpepper. See, Royce, that is how you feel the baseball. All right, top of the fifth. Walker Jenkins, get us going. You know what? He tried. It failed, but at least he tried. Carantini lines out. And Brooks Lee flies out to right. All right, Zebby's on 53. He should have at least 2 more innings in him, assuming nothing goes wrong. See, nothing went wrong. He is on 84 pitches, though, so let's get David Festa warming. Meanwhile, can our offense do anything? Answer, no. How many hits do we have? We have 2 hits. Did I trade away Larnick? No, he's just not in this game. I moved him to full-time DH because his defensive stats made me want to weep, but we've not traded him. I think next year the lineup will be really easy because this will be my infield. Keishel, Lee, Culpepper, Lewis. Jenkins probably going to be in left. Buxton at center. Wallner's probably going to be in right. Then Larnick will DH. The only question next year for my lineup is who's going to be catching. The pitching, on the other hand. All right, so Zebby's day is done. I know he's still in the green, but I'd rather quit while I was ahead. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, which is good for him, but only 3 Ks. David Festa, don't let me down. Solo shot to Jonathan India. Killing me. Killing me, Smalls. Hey, Byron Buxton, 2-run shot. Tie ball game. Ooh, runners at the corners. All right, let's take this a bit more seriously. Gio Urshela, to the moon. He let me down. All right. I'll let Festa face Carter Jensen, and that'll probably be it. That's what I get. All right, we're going straight to Merriweather. You get the whole half inning. Good luck, buddy. That's what I get. That's what I get. All right. Well, that went from bad to worse. We now need 3 runs and a dream. Remember when I said it went from bad to worse? Worse just got worse. Oh, strained oblique for 4 weeks. Well, that sucks. I'll see what that affects minimally. That might be an IL stint. Brooks Lee is our last out, and down he goes. Remember when I said like 10 minutes of real time ago that we have to keep an eye on Merriweather? 4 of his last 5 starts have been pretty bad. His ERA is up to a 2.2. Granted, to be clear, he had a sub-1 ERA for like the first 2.5 months he was in our bullpen. But the recency bias is hitting him hard. Festa also got hit, which is rough for him. He's been pretty good this season. All right, let's look at the Walker Jenkins injury. This is also, by the way, his 3rd injury since we called him up in May. That's not nothing. It only affects him minimally, but it's going to be a 4-week-long injury. I think what I'm going to do is place him on the IL because I don't want to run the risk of that getting worse. Now, I have a decision. Well, I have a pretty easy decision to make regarding who gets called up. I'm going to recall James Outman, understanding that his bat might not be as good as, say, Emmanuel Rodriguez. Emmanuel Rodriguez, I just don't think is ready for the major leagues. Outman can at least be really good defensively. He's got some power, and he's a leader, which isn't nothing. He's an unhappy leader, but a leader all the same. So, what do I do here? What do I do about left field? I could give Gabriel Gonzalez the job and see how he does. Or I move Larnick back into left and DH Gio Urshela. But man, he was so bad in left. No, I can't do it. He was so bad in left. I can't do it. So we're gonna give. Let me move him to left. Ooh, his overall went down. It's fine. All right, Gabriel Gonzalez is going to be our left fielder. Platoon with Outman. I don't hate that idea. How do they? I don't hate that idea. They are essentially the exact opposite batter, which is kind of funny. Outman is obviously better defensively, but how much better? He's got 5 worse arm, 15 better range. All right, here's what I'm going to do. First, I'm just going to, that's all correct. That's all correct. All right, we're going to clear both depth charts really quick. All right, Banielos will be. Why did I do that? I knew that was going to happen. All right, we're going to move a lot of guys around. Buxton, I think, is still going to lead off. I think Luke Keeschel, I'm going to drop in the batting order. I've had him hitting second for a while. I think I'm going to change that. I'm going to make that executive decision. But I'm going to skip him for a second. So Brooks Lee is going to bat ninth because he can do that well, and I'll take that. Matt Wallner batting third. Larnick batting fourth. Then Keeschel bats 5. I could give Royce Lewis. He's done really well batting 6, though. I'll have him bat 6. And then Urshela will bat second. Carantini 7. Yeah, I like the platoon. We're going to do Outman will bat against righties. Gonzalez will take lefties. Is there anyone who's crushed lefties that's not in the lineup right now? Not really. Yeah, Byron Buxton's been especially poor against lefties, which is quite surprising. Yeah, I think that's fine then. All right, depth chart. So Banielos at second, Cody Clemens first and third. I think I'm going to have Cody play first every 4 games to spell Luke. I think I've played him a bit too much. Culpepper at second and short. Actually, I lied. Brooks Lee will be back up second baseman. Because Culpepper, hilariously, is. Whoops. I keep moving the wrong guys. They have the same initials. That's what gets me. All right. And then Gonzalez, backup corners. Outman, backup center field. DH, Cody Clemens. Pinch hitter, Culpepper, Clemens. Uh, who's quicker, Gonzalez or Culpepper? Culpepper. Cool. And then I think I'll have Gonzalez come in every third game against righties because I still want him to get some work against righties. Then this will just be the exact same. And then no one's particularly a lefty crusher out of my backups, so I won't bother doing any platooning. I don't love the James Outman outfield plan, but got to try something. And I think especially because, I'm going to waive and DFA him at the end of the season. Might as well give him some run to see what he can do. All right. Well, bad news. We are not only no longer atop the division, we're now in fourth because that's how tight our division is. Not great start to the series. Let's see if we can salvage anything in game 3. So, new look-ish lineup. I like the idea of having Gio bat second. I think if we're going to hope his red hot bat continues, I want him hitting more often. And Luke Keeschel batting fifth, I think, is still perfectly acceptable. Buxton's on second. And it's down. Thank you, Matt Wallner. Runners at the corners for Larnick. Well, how did he beat that out? The man's speed is a 35. I'm not going to question it. Here's Luke. Swing and a miss. And Royce Lewis flies out. Base is loaded, 1 out. We score nobody. Clean from Joe in the first. There we go. Carantini, Gonzalez are aboard. Not the wild pitch. What do you mean Paul Skeens gave up 5 runs in the first inning? Well, I'm sure it's nothing. Oh, no. Also, why would you pull him at that point? At least let him get you a few. I'm not going to question the Pirates' brass, though I feel like I should. Buxton, no, it's going to be caught. Oh, please, you did not need to jump for that, Isbell. But it does score Carantini. So we have life. Oh, no. Not the error. Poor Jonathan India. What is his defensive rating at second? No, he's not bad. He's only rated at second? Surely not. Why? I'm not going to question it. I feel like I should. And into center field, thank you, Wallner. Matt Wallner really is as advertised. Well, they do get him at second, which is a tad annoying there, but we do score 2 runs. That'll play. Uh-oh. Jesse Winker? strikes out looking. Isaac Collins strikes out looking. 3 for 3. No dice, but a pop up. I'll take that. Runners at the corners, no outs, and they leave them stranded. Very good. Nothing forced in the third. Royce Lewis, by the way, officially cold. Cal Isbell just hit a solo shot. I'm going to cry. Caratini gets it down. I mean, again, my life is a lot simpler if Vic Caratini is really good the last 2 months of the season, and then he can just be our catcher next year. I don't love it defensively, but if the bat plays, then I have a pretty cheap catcher for 1 year, and then I think the last year of his contract is what, 12 million? Yeah, so not the end of the world there, but I'd like it if he can hit. Oh, 2-run shot for Jesse Winker. He really does not like us. But then a 2-run shot from Larnach. We're just training. We're trading barbs at this point. Did I trade Jeffers? Yes. I went over at the start of the episode, and you can watch episode 7 if you want context for how it went down. But essentially, he's an upcoming free agent that wanted a $70 million extension. That was obviously never going to happen. And so, dang. And so it became, do I give him 2 more months to try to turn it around? Or do I play Caratini for 2 months to see if he can be our catcher next year? The fact that Jeffers was hitting like 600 OPS and a 3 on base percentage did not help. But what can you do? There we go. Joe Ryan gets out of that. Nothing too crazy there. That's just not Royce Lewis. That is Ewan McGregor. Nothing for us in the 6th. Let's get Keckering ready in case there's trouble. And trouble has arrived. I really, really need to get a quicker hook on my starters. But part of it is I don't have the most fit bullpen right now. All right. Good luck, Orion. 2 on, Jesse Winker at the plate. Godspeed. Pop up, very good. Collins, oh boy. Now, Luke Keishel's been pretty good at first this year. However, his range is not spectacular. So I think it's it's only a 50. The arm obviously being a 45, I don't care about at all. But ideally, if the range could be better. All right, Kyle Isbell, what do you got? Oh, boy. Well, 6-4 ball game. The consequence of leaving Joe Ryan in too long. But Keckering is also getting punched right now, which is not great. Because, again, my bullpen is struggling. What's Caratini's throwout rate? 17%. Yeah, it's pretty low. I'll round up and give him 18. I think mid-20s I'm happy with. Anything higher, I'm ecstatic. All right. I want Burr to be ready for the next series, so we'll get Montgomery ready or going. There we go. Solo shot from Brooks Lee. Come on, Buxton. Nope. The answer to that, a swift no. Gio goes down. Wallner hits it into center. Curse you, Isbell. Curse you, sir. All right, I'm not messing around. We're going right to Montgomery. Clean inning from him. Larnick is on second. Luke Keeschel, swing and a miss. Royce Lewis. You know what? At least he hit the ball. The end result is the same, but at least he hit the thing. Tarantini walks. I'm going to pinch hit here for Gabriel Gonzalez. I'm going to give Cody Clemens the bat. Ground out into the fielder's choice. Killing me. All right. Outman is going to take left. Yeah, the other benefit of calling up Outman is he is a defensive upgrade in the outfield over everyone not named Byron Buxton. There we go. All right, Montgomery gave me the 8th. So we're going to get our closer warming in case we tie it up or take the lead. That would also be nice. Brooks Lee, very good. Line drive to right. We have something. I do not want to run on Salvy Perez. Buxton hits it deep to center, down at the track. Run, Brooks Lee. Run. And he's safe at home. Tie ball game. Go ahead run is on second. Do I want Gio to face Ronde? Yes, I do. Vindication. Line drive into center. Buxton score. No, he stayed at third. You, Howard. All right. We're pinch running for Gio for obvious reasons. Culpepper is in, and he is going to try to steal on Salvy. And he's there without a throw. Perfect. Now the double play is gone. Wallner hits it up into right. That's off the Kaufman Stadium sign. That should score both men. We are 3 outs away from salvaging something from this series. Trevor Larnick gets it down. Where was this offense the whole day? I can't say the whole series because we scored 7 when we lost in extra innings, but still. Well, they're burning more bullpen arms. Doesn't really help us, but it feels good to finally make them work for it. Royce Lewis. If Royce Lewis goes cold, we're in not insignificant amount of trouble. Carantini hits it up. That's down. Should score Larnick. And it does. 10-6. It's also no longer a save situation. So I'm going to sit Taylor Rogers back down. And we'll get Cole Sands warming up. Did I extend anyone's contract? Yes. The only contract extension, well, technically, yes. Let me do this really quick. Whoops. Nope. Yep. The only contract extension I offered was Royce Lewis, and that was just essentially buying out. Cole Sands is at 30 pitches. It's fine. And that was just buying out his last 2 arbitration years. And then I'll get to the contract here in a sec. 3 extra base hits in 1 game for Larnick. He had 2 doubles and a home run. Very good. Carantini had 3 hits. Pretty good. But yeah, Joe Ryan, I think unfortunately we have not gotten the ace version of Joe Ryan we hoped. But I extended Royce Lewis's contract. Arbitration estimation for him next year was $7 million, and the year after that was $10 million. So I offered him a 2-year contract. He gets $8 million next year, then 7.5 the year after that. So now, arbitration wise, he's done. So he's a free agent after 2028. I figure it's a pretty good deal. The only issue I might run into is if, say, he struggles early on or if he gets hurt. I have now lost the ability to just cut loose in arbitration. But if that's the problem I run into, not the end of the world. All right. Overall, not a great series. We dropped to 4th in the division. We are now out of the wild card. It looks like the Red Sox and Athletics are starting to try. Yeah, the A's are 8-2 and they're past 10. All right. All right, so we turn our attention to the Brewers. Think I am going to sim game 1 of the series with Mick Abel on the mound. Very good. We win it 5-3. Gio Urshela hits home run number 9. Folks, Gio Urshela could be a double-digit home run guy. Meanwhile, in real life, he got DFA'd by the Twins before the season started. And for me, 835 OPS. Baseball is fun sometimes. Looks like Daniel Benelos got the start at catcher. Did okay. I don't think David's long-term going to be a good option for us, but like as a backup catcher, he's decent defensively. Got a little bit of power. I could do worse. Oh, Taylor Rogers gave up a pair of runs. His ERA is now up to about a 3, which is about where his expected ERA is. So looks like we're regressing to the mean with him. All right. Taj Bradley on the mound for us. Mizrowski on the mound for the Brewers. I'm going to do one sub. I'm giving Royce Lewis the day off. Cody Clemens is going to take 3rd and bat 6th. All right. Let's rock and roll against the Brewers. Nothing in the first. Oh! In a tired Christian Yelich just hit his 6th home run of the season. He only has 6 all year. And of course, he gets 1 against me. Uh-oh. Taj, I just said last episode that you finally turned the corner and we're looking like a great pitcher. And now, disaster has struck. I need a double play. Not going to get it. Alexander hits it to the wall. Well, this is going to be a very ugly stat line for Bradley. Oh, boy. He's gotten 1 out. Let's get the out. Yeah. At this point, get the out. All right, there we go. Had Gary Sanchez done damage there, I would have just objected. The man has a 189 average this season. All right, boys, we have some work to do on offense. Oh, no. I mean, I need him to get me outs. I'm not going to get that, am I? Bases are loaded. I mean, I have 3 fit relievers right now. I cannot afford to pull Bradley in the 2nd. I know he's getting killed. There we go. 1 out, and they don't advance anyone. Bryce Terang, swing and a miss. Can he get Andrew Vaughn? Yes, he can. Ooh, that could have been so much worse. There we go. Buxton gets us a run. Urshela? Nope. Thought that would get past Alexander. It did not. Down goes Matt Wallner. All right. Bradley got me 3 innings. I'll warm up Festa in case there's trouble in the 4th. And Mitchell's a bore. Let's see if he can get Chourio. He did not, in fact, get Chourio. 414 feet. Yeah, that's going to hurt his ERA for a while. Yeah, I'm going to need David Festa to get me like 3 innings. All right, 2 men on for Larnach. They walked him. Bases loaded. Luke Keeschel. They walked him too. Another knock-on benefit of Luke dropping from 2nd to 5th in the batting order is I get to see how he does with runners on base. Whereas at hitting 2nd, you're not going to get that as often. Cody Clemens, swing and a miss. Carantini, fielder's choice. Man, bases loaded. 1 out. Get me that. Come on, David. There we go. Clean 6th. Yeah, he's at 37 pitches. Festa's day is done. Nothing for us in the 7th. You know what? Can he get Sal Frelick? Yes, he can. 3 clean innings of work. 1 hit, 5 Ks. Thank you, David. That is insanely huge. Orion, I don't have time for you to struggle like this. Thank you. It's like fundamentally, I don't have time. Let's pinch hit here. We'll give Culpepper the bat for Urshela. And they hit him. Fair enough. Wallner hits it up to right. That's going to be caught. I'll let Larnach hit. Mistake from me, clearly. Yeah, Keeschel popped up. All right. Couple subs. Brooks Lee is going to go to 2nd. Culpepper will go to short. And then Gabriel Gonzalez will come in for Wallner in right field. I'll let Keckering face Joey Ortiz because I don't want to use Tapa that much because he's only at like 80. Oh, brother. Buxton, that was not the best angle I've ever seen. Dare I say. All right, Tapa, you get the whole inning. Good luck, buddy. They added 2 runs. Cody Clemens is on 2nd. Well, let's see if we can score 7 runs here. Outman swing and a miss. Not his day. Brooks Lee grounded out. Not his day either. All right, Buxton. Nope. Not great thus far. We lose 9-2. Offense didn't really have it. Taj Bradley got shelled. And then the rubber match is up to Bailey Ober, who suffered a torn labrum in his 3rd start of the season. So, it's been a good minute. It's been exactly 4 months since he last started a game. I'm a little bit worried. There is a non-zero chance I don't bring him back in arbitration. I'll see what the fresh scouting report says, but because he's not going to be cheap. And we'll see. All right, so Brooks Lee is out. Yeah, Culpepper takes short. That is fine. Anyone need the day off? Buxton, no. Yeah, Wallner does. James Outman will come in and take left. Let's have, you know what, Royce Lewis? You want to break out of your cold spell, buddy? Bat 3rd. Surely this will work. Solo shot from Buxton. Urshela, match. He did not. To be clear, the man did not. No dice from Royce. No from Larnick. All right. Bailey Ober makes his triumphant return. Clean first inning. Clean second. All right. James Outman, a solo shot. The bat exists. There we go. Royce Lewis gets it down. That'll score Buxton. Very good. No. Well, Buxton just picked up an injury. I'm too afraid to look at the substitution screen to see what it is. Larnick is safe first. Question from Reigns. As someone who is new to the game, any advice for what time of year is best to try to trade for players? Okay, 5 days for Buxton. Could be worse. I'm actually going to move Outman to center. And then Cody Clemens is going to come in left field. Yeah. Best time of the year to trade for players. Well, most trades, not all, but most trades are done, I would say, in June and July, especially middle, late July, leading up to the trade deadline. There is, if you want to tinker with it, there are a couple settings where you can like get rid of the trade deadline so you can keep trading in August and September. I don't love that because then you're kind of taking advantage of the AI because, you know, you can trade a guy last minute and get prospects, then the AI has to cut him, that sort of thing. I would say what I usually do is most trades will be done in June or July. Very good from Gio Urshela there. Something I did this season is say if I have a player coming back from the injured list, like I did with Josh Bell, and I just did not have a spot in the lineup for him, I knew I was going to trade him anyway. Very nice 3-run shot from Trevor Larnick. I just traded him when he became healthy because, like, there's no point in holding on to him. Might as well get rid of him. Other than deadline prop, the off season, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot the off season existed when I answered a question. Yes, I would say. I'm trying to think of there are specific months where a lot of trades are done in the off season, but like it's in out of the park baseball, it's pretty much all over. Off season is a good amount of time. What you could do, as Ober allows a 2-run shot that we'll ignore. What you could do is because there's a period in the off season called arbitration, which is essentially who's an example that's on my team right now. Larnick? Yeah. So, like, Larnick is signed through arbitration. Arbitration essentially is, you know, the team gives a number that they want to pay the player. The player has a number in their head, and usually they meet in the middle. If you know for a fact you're not gonna offer that player a contract, like you're done, you're not interested, get him off the team. You could then, like Cody Clemens, for example, odds are I'm not bringing him back in arbitration. So what I could do once the offseason starts is I know I'm not going to keep him, trade him to another team so that they make the decision on whether they want him or not. It's a little cheesy, but that is something you could do. started the game with the current date pretty difficult to trade. Yeah, especially early on in the season, you probably won't have that much luck. Also, unrelated to the current conversation, Bailey Ober at 65 pitches is in the dark red. His stamina has dropped to like a 40. That's a problem. All right, Julian. Man, the hitters are starting to get to Julian in ways they did not do the last couple months. All right, he got Jackson Churio at least. But that is a good question. Tarantini just cannot throw people out. Well, of course. It was a good question. There we go. No more damage done there. Good work from Mason. How far into the save am I? We're still in year one. I don't like to do a lot of simming. So I go probably pretty slower than most. We're in, I think, middle of August, early August. The date is somewhere. I just need to find it. August 9th. There we go. We're in August 9th. Oh, Mason just gave up a 2-run home run. Mason? Mason. I need you to get the out. Thank you. And my bullpen is in legitimate trouble of just being dead tired. And he walked Churio. Oh, boy. Our offense scored 10 runs, and this is going to be a close game. My poor bullpen. Walked in a run. Burrs at 21 pitches. Thank you. Still pretty quick for playing the game? I like to physically go in and like play, quote unquote, as many games as I can. And I know I'm in the minority for that. Like, I mean, there are some people that are already in like 21, 30, which is insane. Oh, I do not have time for this. I need to look and see what our bullpen ERA number is because last month it was number one in baseball. I don't think we're there now. Yeah, I'm just gonna let Cole stick with it. That's gonna score the runner from third, but I'm okay with that. At this point, I'm trading outs for runs in the eighth and hoping Rogers can shut them down in the ninth. Well, there was that plan. Starting GM only, there won't be much to do outside the deadline. There's a decent amount to do. There we go. Strike out Churio to end the inning. There's a decent amount to do in GM only. What I like to do is pay more attention to the minor leagues then in terms of like who's doing really well, who would I need to promote to like AAA as opposed to single A or double A, that sort of thing. It allows you to be able to keep a closer eye like on the waiver wire, for example, or the trade block. So there's a decent amount to do. Not being able to like set the lineup specifically, that part always gets me a little bit. Oh, Culpepper, how could you? But yeah, most of your GM stuff will come like in July and then off-season stuff. But there's still some to do. All right, Taylor, I'm going to be honest with you, buddy. Every other reliever I brought in has let me down. Don't let me down. Good man. Well, we were up 10-1 at one point, and we win 10-9. Meriwether gave up 1, Montgomery 3, Ryan Burr only got 1 out. It's quite depressing. That was grim. Culpepper got 3 hits, though. I'll take that and like it. Oh, boy. All right. We won the series against the Brewers. Very good. Enrique Jimenez was just named top player in High A. I'm still a little scared to call him up. He might be ready. Let's call him up to Double A. I keep forgetting I actually am in the Texas League in Double A. We'll see what happens. All right. So Buxton. He's out for 4 days with an oblique strain. So yeah, that would mean Outman will get some games, which I'm kind of fine with. But yeah, that is Buxton's 4th injury in the past 3 months for those keeping track at home. Now, granted, 3 of those injuries are like, less than a week things, but still. All right, we are going to sim game 1 against the Orioles, see what happens. Not good. We lost 2-7. Cole Sands, the AI made him pitch on back-to-back days, and he got destroyed. Yep. My bullpen is fighting for its life. Royce Lewis led off. The AI is genius. And he picked up a hamstring strain. We're just all dropping like flies. All right, we got Bailey Ober's scouting report. His stamina is not 55. So allegedly, after being hurt and missing 4 months, his current and potential stuff improved by 5. His current potential movement dropped by 5. His velo went up. That doesn't make much sense. His overall potential is down to a 45, which is expected. There's no way his stamina is a 55. The dude was getting tired on 50 pitches. There is simply no way. All right. Joe Ryan on the mound. Game 2. I'm going to give Royce Lewis the day off. Are the ratings out of 80? Yes, they're out of 80 by default. I have it set to. Actually, I can find the global settings. Yes, I have it set to 20 to 80 as the scale, and then for the ratings, I have it also of 20 to 80, but in increments of 5. I believe it's set to stars by default. I just don't like how the stars look visually. And so I prefer the numbers and then the increments of 5. Just think it looks cleaner. So yeah. But you can have it be like a 2100 if that's, easier for you. I lied. Cody's going to take 3rd. Man, this is going to be a very bad lineup. I'm going to have Outman. Actually, no. Culpepper leads off. Keishel is going to bat 5th. Clemens can bat second, and then everything else is as set. Whoops. There we go. Am I going to extend Joe Ryan long term? Uh, right now, my answer is no. Um, the good news is, like, his ERA is hideous. It's a 5.35. His expected ERA is a 2.95. So he's just getting kind of unlucky. My main problem is his run value stats, like overall pitching wise, is like -6, which is the 18th percentile, which is tragic. I mean, I'm gonna execute the team option to keep him next season because even if like he turns out to be my third best starter, 13 million is a pretty good deal. And then I think next year will be a big determination on if I want to extend him. That was a very long-winded answer. Essentially, at the moment, no. But if he pitches well next year, I think we'll try to. My issue is, like, he's going to be, what, 32 at the end of next season? No, it's a lie. He'll be 31. Like, if I could get, like, a 2-year short-term extension, I think that might be what it ends up doing. But I really don't want to offer him, like, a 4-year, 5-year deal where by age 34, his arm falls off, and I have 2 years left on his contract. Oh, we'll see. All right, Luke, redeem yourself. Behold my wisdom as he hits it all the way to the fence for a lovely triple. That'll play. When pitchers have low home run allowed rings, I trump their intentional walk slider 2 or 3 notches. Ah, it's not a bad idea to mitigate that risk. Gabriel Gonzalez walks. All right, James Outman. They walked him. Shane Baz is at 38 pitches and has yet to get an out in the second inning. All right, a sacrifice grounder. So be it. Scores the run. Culpepper. No, it's going to be caught. For a moment, I thought we had glory. But we get one more run in. Cody Clemens. That'll play. For a second, I thought he was going to catch that at the wall. I'm still in shock that Paul Skeens gave up 5 runs, didn't even get an inning. His ERA right now is a 67.5. Oh, boy. And of course, he's on my fantasy team, but it's fine. Matt Wallner to the stadium seats. 6-0 ball game. That'll play. Frober, high control, low stuff, pitch around slider 2 or 3 notches. So I don't hate. It's actually probably a decent idea. I don't tinker with the like pitch around, pitch contact stuff that much. It might not be a bad idea for my guys with low stuff because I think I have like 2 of them. Zebby also might be worth it. My fear with Bailey Ober is that I'm going to have to turn him into a long reliever. That's my fear. Because listen, the stamina may say 55. That dude was in the dark red at 60 pitches. Like that's not 55. So we'll see. But the problem is, at the moment, Next year, I have 0 open spots in my bullpen. Because assuming Taylor Rogers or Merriweather is gone, I call up Funderburk from AAA. Like that's my bullpen. So I don't have a greater room there. Swing and a miss from Wallner. I believe in you, Joe. Very good. All right, that'll be it for him. Ooh, maybe not. We have 3 healthy relievers. And to be fair, ooh, Gonzalez. You know, I saw Forrest Wall not move an inch and thought, oh, the ball is gone because he's not even trying to get to it. And instead, it was hit right to where he's standing. Might have been his first start back from injury, and after that, he gets more stamina. See, that sounds like it makes sense and is logical, which means definitely not. No, I kid. That might be it. I hope that's it. Don't get me wrong. Let's see if Joe Ryan can get Forrest Wall. Yes, he can. There we go. More of those starts, please. I think I'm going to have to end up because, like, Joe Ryan, in his last 10 starts, I would say 2 of them have been good. Today against the Orioles, and then back in June against the Cardinals. Everything else, he's either only gone 4 innings and gotten shelled, or it's just not been great. So him going 6 innings there is huge. Festa's who I wanted, right? Yep. All right. I think I'm only going to want to pitch Festa 1 inning and have Taylor Rogers just pitch in a non-save situation. There we go. Henderson goes down. Oh, Taylor Ward gets it. There goes our shutout. Never mind. Pete Alonso has 25 speed. I forgot. How's he done this year for the Orioles? Ooh, not great. I mean, okay, to be clear, by MLB standards, he's done well. By his standards, looks like he might have a career low in home runs by the end of it. Five years, 31 million a year. There's something beautiful about the simplicity of that contract. There we go. Basallo grounds out. The shutout is intact. We're going to bring Justin Tapa on. I'll pinch hit here for Larnick. Actually, can I even? No, everyone's tired. You know what? David Benuelos, pick up the bat, hit the ball to space, or walk. That works too. Oh, Dietrich ends. Tigers legend. Clearly. Carantini swing and a miss. And Gonzalez grounds out. All right. Good thing we had that 1 inning explosion because we have left so many men on. Justin, dude, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for your shenanigans. Thank you, Outman. I'm fine with Alek Thomas tying up there. The double play is still there. Very good, Gonzalez. Pete Alonso. I was very worried. Oh, like I was saying, I was very worried Alonso was going to hit a home run because I just insulted him earlier. Who'd they give the error to? I looked away. Cody Clemens at third. All right. All right. Closers coming in. And gets the line out. Cool. All right. Anything for us, Nate? Nope. Taylor, clean. All right. We win 6-1. Yeah, like everyone essentially left 2 or more men on. 20 total. Crazy. My Twins fan IRL? No. I'm a Detroit Tigers fan IRL. I picked the Twins because I did the Rockies last year on this channel. Had I not done them last year, I would have done them this year, but didn't want to double dip. So I think the final three teams on my list were, I believe, the Twins, the Angels, and the Nationals. And I decided to do the Twins because I think, granted, in real life, I think the Tigers and Royals will probably be fighting for the division lead. I think in game, the AL Central is infinitely more winnable than the AL West or the NL East. All right. I'm going to sim games 2 and 3 of the Orioles series. Here we go. We win 5-3. Man, the AI loves having Royce Lewis lead off when I'm not looking. Oh, Gio Urshela had another error. I did not expect him to be this bad at second. Like, his ratings aren't bad. His turn double play is a bit low, but his range is fine for second. His arm is good. He has -3 zone rating and 9 errors at second base. That's the only reason his WAR is only a 1.2. Like, if I DH him the whole year, might be 3 WAR player. Montgomery get hurt? No, that he just needed 33 pitches to get 1 out. Fair enough. All right. Game 1 against the Phillies. I think I said game 3 against Baltimore. I lied. That was game 2. That was game 3. Well, sim game 1 against the Phillies. Which reliever do we think gave up 5 runs in the 10th? Rogers. He gave up 3. Wait a minute. Did they? 5, 1, 1, 3. Yeah. So they had Tapa. They had Tapa pitch the 8th and the 9th. They brought him back out for the 10th. He allowed the ghost runner to score and another runner. They put in Rogers, who gave up 3. That's what happened. That is, and I've said this before, that's the one thing that annoys me about simming games using the AI, is because even if I, let's say, make Tapa, the backup closer effectively, and I have these guys be high leverage or whatever, the fatigue is still going to dictate what they do. I would never in a million years bring Justin Tapa out for a third inning of work in extra innings. I would just go straight to Rogers, or in this case, Merriweather. But the AI went to Tapa. He got shelled. They brought in Rogers. He got shelled, and that was that. But alas, what can you do? All right, we have a day off. I think both Buxton and Royce Lewis are back to full health. Yes. How'd Outman do? He didn't do terrible. Don't get me wrong. I don't think James Outman has a role in this team next year. I think if he gets significant playing time, something has probably gone wrong. But spot start guy, defensive first outfielder, not the end of the world. And he's also, I believe, a leader or a captain. He's a leader. Man, that meet the team. This is just grim. Let's check in on Jeffers. How's he done for the Marlins in 2 weeks of work? Oh, sure. He's already worth more WAR in 2 weeks than he was with me in 4 months. Fair enough, Ryan. I think his power disappearing is what really killed us. Because it's not like he's a huge power guy. He only had 9 home runs in 2025, but like he only had three, and he only had 17 doubles up to that point. Like completely disappeared. All right. All right, Phillies. How you doing? We got Bailey Ober on the mound. Chat's theory is that his stamina is perfectly fine because of his first game back from injury. Let us test that theory, shall we? Urshela's going to get the day off. Brooks Lee is going to second. Culpepper is going to short. And then I'll play Carantini. Let's rock. All right, Bailey Ober. No pressure. Uh-oh. Bryce Harper is aboard. Kyle Schwarber. Does that say, hold on, his batting average 198, and yet his OPS a 710. Oh boy. Kyle Schwarber has such a fun profile game. Look at that 5-year, 150 million deal. There we go. Brooks Lee is there. We're fine. Oh boy. Dave Dombrowski is such a fun guy. I'd be interested to see where Dave Dombrowski like fits amongst Tigers fans on a favorability rating. I think what I like about Dave Dombrowski is fundamentally he will do what it takes to get your organization to the playoff and able to go far in the playoff. However, he will sacrifice, in the Tigers' case, the concept of team defense and have very few top prospects that if you don't win a World Series like the Tigers never did in 2013, 2014, or 2015, or 2012, when I think they had the best chance to do it, then you're really out of luck. And that's how you have be like the worst team in baseball for nearly a decade. But it's fine. All right, good work from Ober through 4. He's at 54 pitches. Let's see what his stamina looks like after that. Thank you, Matt Wallner. You're my hero. Yeah, 54. He's in the yellow. I think his stamina is definitely lower than 55, but it's higher than what I thought it would be. It's probably like a 50 or it's probably 50. Man, that is going to be a problem if Carantini is our catcher next season. Defensively, he's just not good. What's his frame rating? Yeah, point 0.1. He is a liability defensively. Oh, that's gone. Fair enough, Nick Allen. 363 feet. And he gets Stott to ground out. Let's warm up Merriweather in case he can't get Nick Marsh. Very good. Nothing for us offensively, really, at all. All right, Merriweather, we need a clean inning from him. Thank you. That's it. All I need from him is 1 inning. I'm not trying to push it. He's been struggling as of late. Let's get him in, get him out. The ball is down. Matt Wallner, RBI single. Thank you. Thank you. We cut the lead to 1. There we go, Larnick. Oh, it's caught. That ball looked like it was heading in right center, and then it just curved so much to the right. Painful. Painful. All right, we're going Festa for the 7th. Clean inning from him. Tie ball game with Brooks Lee on second. Buxton swinging a miss. All right, I'm going to get Cole Sands warming up. Ideally, Festa can get me the eighth. Well, that's going to be tricky. Bryson Stott with a single to lead us off. They bunt. Should get Marsh. They do. I'll take that. All right, I'll let him face Harper, and then that's it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if a first baseman with better range gets that line drive, but Luke Keishel's lack of range does come back to bite us on occasion. And Cole Sands walks Schwarber. Coward. There we go. Double play. Easy. Thank you. All right. Phillies take the lead. Top of our order coming up. Culpepper swinging a miss. I don't think Culpepper is ready to be a starter. We'll see how he develops in the offseason. He's definitely going to be a player in our development lab. But I think right now, he can't be. He certainly can't be a starting second baseman for us. He can be a shortstop, but that would require Brooks Lee to move to second. And then what do I do with Gio? I'm going to pinch hit here. We give Cody Clemens the bat. Walked him. Yes, I'm aware that says 1 for 14 as a pinch hitter. Don't worry about it. Really is impressive. Royce Lewis, deep right field, gone. 3-run homer for Royce Lewis. We have the lead. How many pitches is Cole Sands on? He's on 11. I'm going to warm up Mason Montgomery. And we'll see how the start of Cole Sands' inning goes. Because I'd like it if Cole could just get the save and get out. But we'll see. All right. Cody Clemens to first. Outman is going to come in for Gonzalez in left. All right, bottom of the Phillies order. Let's go. Don't walk Weston Wilson. Thank you. He did need a full count to do it, so this could get rough. There we go. Swing and a miss. Randall Grichuk, the Phillies' last chance. Hits it up to center. Buxton is there. That's your ball game. We win 6-4. Matt Wallner, 4 hits, including a pair of doubles and a home run. He's done so well this year, and yet didn't make the All-Star game. It's fine. Lewis to second, Brooks to short, Urcel to third, Culpepper to the bench, or AAA. I like the idea, and I think I debated it at the start of the season. I think my problem... I think Royce can do second. Because the range wouldn't be an issue. Yeah, and Royce hasn't done great at third. He hasn't done bad. He hasn't done great. I don't hate that plan. My other part of this is I'm trying to get Brooks Lee away from shortstop. Error-wise, he's not doing that bad. He has 4, but his range is 3, and he has a negative zone rating. I wouldn't hate the idea of... what's Gio? Yeah, I think Gio can really only do third. So the way that would work is how you described. Which wouldn't be the end of the world. Try it. Let's see how it works. So Royce Lewis moves to second, Urshela to third, Brooks Lee doesn't move. I'll change their positions because that will bug me. Royce versus Royce. I'll try it. And I don't hate that. It would mean that if that works, then I'd need probably a new starting third baseman next season rather than. Well, no, I'd need that anyway. Yeah, we'll see. I'll try it. The fact that I only did it against righties is irrelevant. There we go. I'll try it and see if it sticks. I like the idea. I think my ideal infield for next year is Keishel at first, Brooks Lee at second, Culpepper at short, Royce Lewis at third. But I agree that at this point, like Gio Urshela is bad at second base. Like he has 9 errors, -3 zone rating. So I think trying it out this way, worth the shot. I have been debating moving Luke Keishel back to second, but he doesn't have the range for it. His arm is bad. I think it's either first for him or I move him to the outfield. And I don't want to have to do that. I'd rather let him stick at first, and he hasn't been that bad. So I think first is where Luke is destined to be. All right, let us sim the finale of the Phillies series. Zebby Matthews, red hot on the mound. Oh, he's hot. No, oh no, he is still hot somehow. Oh, that. Why do you pitch Fest on back-to-back days so much, AI? Why do you do this to me? Look at everyone else I had healthy. Man, all right, we lose 4-8. Zebby Matthews got hit a bit. Festa got popped. Outman picked up a bruised thumb. Sure, it's fine. All right. Let us go into the series against the Braves. I'm not worried at all. Gonzalez will get the start for Outman since he's hurt. Luke Keishel will go to the bench. All right, let's rock and roll. Joe Ryan on the mound. Spencer Strider, who I think doesn't start the year on the IL, whereas in real life, obviously, he does. No, he does not. They may have changed that in an update, but at the moment, he starts healthy. Drake Baldwin leadoff double. I'm not worried. Royce Lewis, new second baseman, showing off the range. I know that he stepped like 3 feet, but it's fine. I think I like this configuration for this season. I think it hurts a little bit if we want to get Culpepper in, but there are worse problems to have. I'm just going to ignore another wild pitch that Vic Carantini has just let go by. Oh, Mauricio Dubon. To the fence. Ay, 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 ay. Come on, Joe. There we go. Mateo caught at the wall. We're okay. All right, Royce Lewis is on second for Gonzalez. Swing and a miss. Clemens strikes out also. I think I am firmly in the camp that we're just not bringing Cody Clemens back. Uh-oh. Matt Olson, 2-run shot. And then Austin Riley, 2-run shot. I need to quit hitting that button. It's cursed. Cursed, I tell you. Urshela lines out. I think the problem with Cody Clemens is he doesn't have the range to be a second baseman. And defensively in the outfield, he's not great, which means you're either playing him at first or third. And he has good power, and he does have 9 homers this season. But I think the bat is really only worth it if he's playing day in and day out. And, unless, knock on wood, Luke Keeschel or Royce Lewis or someone gets hurt, he's not doing that. Now, had the Twins not signed Josh Bell, I think Cody Clemens DH might be the move. Very good line out catch there from Mr. Clemens. 2-run shot from Royce Lewis. Let's go. We're cooking, folks. And Cody lines out to end the fun. But we cut the lead to 2. I think Joe Ryan's day is getting there. I'll see if he can get Yastrzemski and then Olson. Not confident in that as Yastrzemski gets aboard. Matt Olson walks. All right, that's it for Joe Ryan. We're going to Merriweather to face Acuna. Don't break my heart. He did. He did indeed. Hits it all the way to the wall. That car rental 24-hour sign has been there for, I think, 3 OATPs at this point. They have to update that. I mean, let's be clear. They have to update their graphics no matter what. They just don't. Which is a shame. Because then you run into the problem that Football Manager has run into. That they try to move to a new graphics engine and they have to cancel an iteration of their game because they didn't have it ready in time. Which is wild, to be fair. Ozzie Alsby strikes out looking. Nothing for us in the 5th. Clean 6th from Merriweather. Let's go Keckering. All right, Urshela is aboard. Matt Wallner hits it up to right. Caught at the track. You know what? No, I am not going to run on Acuna. Ooh, Larnach. Swing and a miss. Their pitcher injured himself on the pitch. Well done, Larnach. You struck out on a pitch so bad it injured their pitch. When you phrase it like that. All right, Merriweather's day is done. 2 clean innings of work from him. Let's go Keckering for the 7th. Orion. Thank you. Anything for us in the 7th? Runners at the corners. I am going to pinch hit for Carantini at first. Get Culpepper in there, and we're going to try to steal. Palin, I need you to have courage. He just doesn't want to. No matter. Well, Bruxton strike out anyway. All right. We're going to go Mr. David. It probably is David, isn't it? To take catcher. Orion's at 20 pitches. I should probably pull him, but I'll let him face Austin Riley. Gets him to pop up very good. I'll let him face Ozzie Albies. All right, that'll be it. Because now Justin Tapa should be able to get an inning in a 3rd and get us out of here. Unless, Gio Urshela is on 2nd. I'm not going to pinch run for him because I foresaw Wallner and Larnach back-to-back Ks, you see. And Lewis grounds out. Leadoff double. Can't even move him. Sadness. Despair. Justin. Get Matt Olson. Thank you. All right. On the off chance we score 4 runs to tie it up, let's get our closer warming. I will. Oh, no. Outman's hurt. Never mind. I will not pinch hit for Gonzalez. Ooh, he hits it deep to left field. Caught at the warning track. I had such high hopes, and they were shot down. All right, Luke Keishel's going to get the bat. Strikes out looking. Brooks Lee is our last out. And they walk him. All right, David. Come on, buddy. Be the hero. Hits it to second. Easy out. We drop the game 7-3. Joe Ryan is back on the struggle bus once again. Very sad. But alas, what can you do? All right, let's sim game 2 with Mick Abel on the mound. Oh, we lose it 1-7. Our pitching staff. All right, so Brooks Lee had the error, and then Montgomery got popped. Not great. What's our bullpen ERA? It's still first. Crazy. All right. It's been about a month since we drafted our draftees. Let's take a look at them. Oh, no. Deverman has bone chips. Prince has a strained oblique. Neat. All right. Does anyone need to move up? Detmer's at high A. No, he is struggling mightily, but high A is his level. Like he is slightly above average for this league. He needs to stay there. Deverman is injured. Green, I'll drop him down to high A. I don't want to, but I think Miller Green, unfortunately, is just so much worse than we thought he was when we drafted him. Granted, he's a 10th round pick. Not the end of the world if he busts, but still. Justin Lee, he's also having similar problems. I'm going to move him down. We'll just reset those two. Trey Broussard at single A. He's not starting, which is annoying, but not doing terribly. And I don't think he is. Yeah, I don't really want to send him up to high A. He is going to be 21. You know what? For about a month, let's see what Broussard can do at high A. Henry Ford. Yeah, I think A is fine for him. Is it? Nah, let's call him up. Again, the fact that Henry Ford, who is the starting third baseman for University of Tennessee, has no third base position rating is very annoying. And then Lee, I moved down. Lopez. Lopez is doing okay. 11 strikes out per 9. Walks are low. That's encouraging. The bat, though, not doing great. And he's going to be in single A a decent amount of time because I would rather find out then and there if the bat can play. Because if he's going to be a two-way, I need to figure that out. Ooh, Williamson's getting called up. Send him to high A. Very good. I think Williamson's legit. I know his potential is only a 45, but he crushed the draft league, crushed single A. I think we might have something there. Then the other high school guys are obviously staying in rookie ball. Okay, Braves. I got Taj Bradley. Who do you got? Chris Sale. Send help. All right, Carantini and Brooks Lee are tired, so yeah, Culpepper will take short. I have one fully fit and healthy defensive sub. Should I move Outman into the IL? Nah. I think I'll probably just have Gonzalez then get more reps in this platoon for the next week or so. Taj, I believe in you. See? Clean inning. I was never worried. Meanwhile, Buxton's on second. Gio Urshela gets it down. I think one thing that's been especially good about Gio Urshela this year is, let's see if the stats bear out my perspective. Yeah, like he's hit well pretty much anywhere I've played them. Bat ninth, did well. Bat eighth, did well. Seventh, did well. Sixth is the only spot where he didn't do great. Fourth, small sample, he did really well. And then batting second, he does well. I can put him anywhere in the lineup, which is an insane benefit. Larnach struck out. He's up to 120 Ks. He might get to 200. Like, that is on the table. He'd need 80 Ks. Okay, that's probably not on the table. He'd need 80 Ks in like 40 games or so. That's a bit much, I think. Oh, Taj. There we go. Dubon striking out is huge. Jim Jarvis. Culpepper, dude, I know that's going as an infield hit, but we'll all know it was an error. Slow roller Lewis, very good. Still 0-0. Our offense is doing nothing. He's injured again. How long? Oh, he's out a month. Strained oblique. Well, that sucks. And him starting to turn a corner in July was the main reason we did not acquire a starter at the deadline. That and Bailey Ober was coming off the IL. Why would you prep? Oh, because that's like all I have. Why would the AI do this? All right, I'm going to bring in Montgomery, and his job is to get me like 3 outs total. There we go. Solo shot from Urshela. We're back. Okay, good. You know what? He got me 3 outs. That's fine. Now, I'm going to bring Festa in to get Jim Jarvis. Bottom of the order. Should not be an issue. We're okay. Anything for me in the fourth? Nope. All right. If Festa can get Yastrzemski, very good. Do I leave him in to face Madelson? Sure. We're okay. He got the out. All right. So now my setup men gonna have to pitch pretty early. Ooh, Buxton and Urshela are aboard. Matt Wallner gets it down. That should score probably just one because Urshela is not exactly the quickest runner in the history of the world. Very good. Larnach walks. Bases are loaded for Luke Keeschel, who strikes out on 3 pitches. And Royce Lewis does the same. Yikes. All right. Can you get Sean Murphy? This might be too ambitious. Yep, that was too ambitious. I should have just pulled him. Dang it. All right. Should have stuck to my original plan. Cole Sands, you have the inning no matter what. Good luck. All right. 1 run scored. Sands is already nearly out of it, but I need him to get Michael Harris. He walked him. All right. Justin Tapa, same thing. The inning is yours no matter what. Good luck. Clean from him. 19 pitches. Urshela is 3 of 3. Can he make it? 4 of 4. A triple shy of the cycle. Gets it down the right field line. He does not have the speed for the triple, so he will settle with a double. Unlikely he'll get a triple with his 30 speed. Yeah, Cody Clemens is really the only sub, and I don't. Well, no, I might need a pinch runner that bad. We'll bring in Cody Clemens for Urshela. Get us some speed on second. You want to walk Matt Wallner on 4 pitches? Be my guest, buddy. Larnach swing and a miss. And a balk moves him over. Thank you. I remember that stream where we had like 4 walks in a series. That was wild. Luke Keeschel strikes out looking. And Royce Lewis grounds out to his counterpart. Runners on first and second. Can't do anything with them. All right, so defensively now, yeah, Cody Clemens is just going to take third. And then I'm going to get Taylor Rogers warming up. I need Tapa to get me at least 1 out. All right, he gets me Ha-Seong Kim. Hey, Acuna, you better or worse against lefties? Better against lefties, and the stats bear that out. I'm going to leave Tapa in to face him. Hits it up to center, off the wall. Man. All right. Taylor Rogers, buddy, I believe in you. Jim Jarvis. Strikeout. That's massive. Orlando Arcia. Rounds out to the pitcher. Okay. We're still alive. Anything? Bottom of the 8th? Nope. All right. Top of the Braves order. 2 on, 2 outs. I'm not worried. The pitch. I should have been worried. Albies hits it down. That'll score the tying run. And it does. Tie ball game, and Taylor Rogers is dead tired. I'm going to let him face Ha-Seong Kim, though. Soft grounder to short, to throw. Aylin, I can't say you're going to be my starting shortstop, and then you do that. Merriweather, good luck, buddy. There we go. All right. Bottom of the 9th. Cody Clemens, Matt Wallner, Trevor Larnach. A solo home run wins us the game. Clemens grounds out. Matt Wallner lines out. Last but not least, Mr. Larnach grounds out to second. Yeah, our bullpen was just way too gassed, and that was the difference. All right, Merriweather. I have no one else, so he's going to have to get me 3 outs as Jarvis scores Acuna. Never mind, Acuna stays at third. We're safe. Remember when I said we were safe? Wow, Acuna didn't run on Gonzalez there. Okay. Double play gets us out. Well, yeah. I mean, you're not going to throw there with Acuna on third. Harris Jr. hits it up to center. Acuna goes. He is home. We can't afford extra innings, dude. Like, I have no one else in my bullpen. Merriweather isn't even fit. Like, he is at 62%. Like, he has to do it. All right, never mind. Yeah, it's at the point where he can't pitch anymore. Um, yeah, that extra innings was literally the worst case scenario. Orion, best of luck. And he walked in the runner. Yeah, soft grounder to second. Drake Baldwin's out. All right, we need to score 3 runs. Like two, we're gonna lose. So if we don't win it now, we're doomed. All right, Luke walks. A home run walks us off. Royce Lewis, deep left field, gone. 3-run homer as requested. Thank you, Royce Lewis. In a game where I had to use 7 of my 8 bullpen arms, go into extra innings, Royce Lewis walks it off. Thank you, sir. Very good. Tell me we have an off day. We have an off day. All right. So Taj Bradley is out for 4 to 5 weeks. How many guys are on my 40 man? 36. Okay. So, oh, I can't even put him on the 60. All right. 15-day IL. That sucks. I think in terms of who we call up from AAA, we have really 3 options. Travis Adams got us 2 starts earlier in the season and did well, but I don't think he should be it. Andrew Morris is ready to riot in the fact that I have not called him up yet. Connor Prelip, like, no, it should be Prelip. We're going to call him back up to take Bradley's spot, so he'll get decent amount of starts. Look at my bullpen, just straight red. And now a couple yellow, straight red. Off day. We have a few healthy guys. Do I want Prelip to face San Diego or do I want to face the A's? Well, probably the Padres. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll do bottom of the rotation. Prelip. Yeah. That's what we'll do. All right. Because what we're a little over 2 hours in, so I'm gonna sim games 1. Actually, no. I'll play game 1 to save the AI from itself, bullpen wise. Then I'll sim games 2 and 3. So this will be the last game I play of this stream. Let's see here. Byron Buxton is hot, but he's also been physically incapable of hitting lefties, which is my current issue. But yeah, I'll leave them all in. All right, Connor Prelip is on the mound. He's been a reliever. He's been a starter. He's back in the rotation here. Let's see what he can do against a admittedly bad Padres team. You got this. Nick Lofton, please. There we go, swing and a miss. Also, isn't he on the Royals? Oh, the Royals waived him. The Padres picked him up. Fair enough. Anything for us in the third? Yes, sir. Gonzalez, Brooksley are aboard for Buxton. Who grounds out? Because no one saw that coming. We had a chance to acquire Luis Capasano at the deadline in exchange for Trevor Larnach. I think holding off was the right call, but if we enter catcher purgatory, we'll know. What a boring game. No one has scored yet. Gonzalez gets it down in front of a standing still Jackson Merrill. The lead is ours. And Brooks Lee walks. How'd you end up on the Padres? Minor league free agent. Ouch. Wait a minute. Is Eduardo Rodriguez unsigned in real life? No, he's on the Diamondbacks. Yeah. That threw me for a second. Oh, duh. He has. I thought that said 2025. So they cut him. Fair. Yeah, I think Buxton against lefties is just something that can't happen. Well, we have the lead. Uh-oh. Well, Connor, here's the deal. I believe in you. Please get there. Thank you, Gonzalez. But Matos makes it home. Tie ball game. Xander Bogaerts hits it off the wall. That might score the runner. Nope. Lofton stays at third. That's fine. Laureano. Ah, dang. Gets it down. And this game has been blown wide open. All right. Let's get Festa warming up in case Prelip can't get Tatis. Everyone is like, that's genuinely the main thing keeping me from like Vic Carantini being my starting catcher next year. He is so bad defensively. And the bat so far has been okay, but it gets to a point. All right, that'll be Prelip's day done. He was dueling, not even dealing, dueling until the fifth inning. Then he got shelled, but it's fine. Can you get me the seventh? Thank you, Mr. Festa. Let's get Ryan Burr warming for the eighth. Why did I accidentally click on Nick Lofton there? Who knows? Brooks Lee swinging a miss. I am going to pinch hit here. I know this is insane, but Byron Buxton has been physically incapable of hitting lefties. So I'll give Cody Clemens the shot. Vindication. Solo shot to right. The lead has been cut to 1 run. I am a genius. Urshela strikes out, as does Matt Wallner. Fair enough. All right. I'm going to have Outman come in and play center. His injury is affecting his throwing, so here's hoping no one hits it to dead center. All right, Burr. I'm just going to go right to Justin Tapa to face Miguel Andujar. Just get me 1 out, Justin, and I'll build you a statue. To third, the throw in time. Thank you. Thank you. All right. 1 run ties it. 2, we take the lead. Mason Miller on the mound, and he strikes out Larnach looking. You know what? At least Luke Keeschel swung at the third strike. And Royce Lewis, down he goes. We drop game one of the series 3-2. The Bats struggled immensely. Cody Clemens had a pinch hit home run. That was about it. Happy with our bullpen, though. Ryan Bird did walk a pair of guys and have a high pitch count. All right, I'm going to sim both games 2 and 3 of the series. Oh, we lose it 1-3, and Bailey Ober injures his back. Not great, but it's only 4 days, so technically he won't have to miss a start, so no need for the IL. All right, we win game 3, 6-5. Matt Wallner with a 2-run shot in extras. Cole Sands gets the win. Rogers gets the save. Joe Ryan again, only 4 innings, man. I'm still in the camp that we're going to execute the option and keep Joe Ryan next year, but it's getting rough. Hey, Valorio gets player of the week in high A. Very good. And that's where he's staying. Like he is not he's not ready for double A. He's crushing high A, so I'm just going to keep him there. All right. Quick check-in for the suggestion about moving Royce Lewis and Gio Urshela. So Royce, so far 7 games, it's second. He has 1 error, slightly negative zone rating, probably because of that error. Then Urshela at third. I assume he's better. Wow, he also has an error negative 0.3 zone rating. Maybe we're just finding out that we don't have good defensive infielders. I think it's still worth it to keep Urshela at third and Royce Lewis at second, at least for a handful more weeks to see if that's viable. Because, like zone rating wise, we are 11th out of 15. So that part stings. Injury wise, not great. I think part of the reason our starting rotation has been so bad this year is that literally none of them, like Joe Ryan, had 2 injuries, but neither of them were like, IL intensive. And then Zebby Matthews, I think, has never gotten hurt. Yeah, those 2 are the only ones. Because Mick Abel started in AAA. Bailey Ober obviously has been hurt. Taj Bradley was hurt. Simeon Woods Richardson was hurt. Pablo Lopez, but that doesn't count. Oh, yeah. How much am I paying? I keep forgetting that I'm paying Pablo Lopez $22 million to sit there and do nothing. Oh, boy. That is a part of next season's rotation. Like Pablo, at this point, assuming he has, let's just call it September to make the math easy, assuming he has 8 months, he'll be healthy in April, right as the season starts. If it's 9 months, it might go longer. I'm giving him a rehab assignment. Like, I don't care. The man had Tommy John, but I'm petrified of what his ratings are going to look like. I am terrified. But that will be it for this episode. Not the most successful series we've had. The only series we won where we took 2 out of 3 from the Brewers and 2 out of 3 from the Orioles. We lost every other series. We are now 2.5 games back of the division lead. We are 1 game back of the wild card spot. Good news is, once we get through this A's series, we have 2 games against the White Sox, 2 against the Tigers, 3 against the White Sox, 3 against the Tigers, and 3 against the Guardians. Like, where we're at in the division now will look insanely different than in 3 weeks. I think if we have any chance of winning the division, we're going to need to sweep the White Sox at least once. And I think if we take this 2-game set from the Tigers, I think we look okay. But we shall see. I think what I'll do off stream is very simple. I'll just play through this A's series and then the 2-game set against the White Sox. Then we'll start next time out in September. I'll have 2 September call ups to make. I already know what one is. Oh, is he hurt? Oh, I just didn't see him. One will be Cody Funderburk, getting him back in the bullpen. Um, give us a 9th bullpen arm. I don't think I want to go to a 6-man rotation, especially with the amount of injuries we're having. Like, I can't do that. So I will probably call up an arm. Um, Walker Jenkins does get back in 5 days, so it might honestly just be that I add him, and then I have Gonzalez and Outman as backups, and then Jenkins is starting at left again. We'll see. But that is it for this episode. We're getting down to the home stretch here, and we still find ourselves in the divisional fight. We're in the wild card chase. We'll see what happens. I mean, all the teams have been pretty consistent. The Tigers, it looks like, have dropped off a little bit, but it's still anyone's game. Think we'll get Walker Jenkins back healthy soon. That's huge. But we really need to get our starting pitchers back into form. So thank you all for watching, especially the few of you that talked in the chat a lot. Thank you. Appreciated for that. But I will see you all next time.